Put the kids to bed. Dad's home. We are the DWO podcast, representing the DWO. I am the one, the only, the trophy husband, Mr. Magnificent himself, Mike Martin. Thank you. Thank you very much. With me, as always, my esteemed colleague, Eric Big Rig Maffey.
What's going on?
Sorry for the delay.
There we go. There it is.
We are minus the dad tonight. Brando is off handling dad things. We have a special guest back with us again. The wrestling t-shirt guy himself, Cephas.
What up, guys?
What's
What's going on, big dog?
Shit.
Uh-oh. The menace Fandito.
All right.
He's here.
In the
It
house.
is indeed. I just got mine to bed like literally 45 seconds ago.
I'm actually kid-free tonight. They're staying the night at a friend's house because it's
Oh, there you
fall
go.
break. I don't know where they ever invented fall break at, but
We didn't have that.
hell
They get off school when it's like, it might be too cold tomorrow. So
yeah. We used to stand in the cold with just shorts on.
that's right. Walk 8 miles to school uphill both ways.
It's true. I did walk home from school a lot, actually, when I was a kid, but I didn't live far. And it was way better than riding the bus, because you rode the bus, you were like 2 hours later.
Right.
So I could walk home in 20 minutes. You always have people come by you the next day like, hey, man, I seen you walking home the other day. I was like, hey, yeah, no shit. Thanks for stopping and giving me a ride.
Stopping and helping me out.
Yeah, that's fine. It's raining and everything, you know.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, with Cephas being a regular on here, I think we're going to have to make a backup banner
Yeah.
for old Cephas.
Hey, man, I've got room clearly.
No, I mean, like, actually, because we got this
Yeah.
guy right here.
Custom layout.
But obviously, you are
yeah.
not Brando.
No, I am not.
Brando's here in
which-
spirit, boys.
You know
Yes,
what?
it showed me as Big Rig. There we go.
You're gonna be honorary Brando tonight.
All right. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? It's
On this,
Brando.
the day of
I
my
know a
daughter's
guy
birthday.
knows a guy and knows a guy and knows Brando, if you know what I
How you
mean.
doing? Only 2 times over here.
Freaking- What's the guy in NXT? Freaking is the mafia dude in NXT?
Oh, D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Tony D'Angelo. Yeah, there we go. Tony D.
I love it.
You gotta
Dude,
do this. Hello.
The first time I saw him come out and freaking what did he gave the ref like $100 bill before the match even started. It was the greatest thing ever.
How you
I'm like,
doing?
that's such a nice touch.
Yeah, how you doing? I want you to call this right down the middle for me.
What's up, Nice Guy Andy podcast?
Hell yeah.
Both love Jericho.
It's because Jericho is the man.
Oh, here we go.
Greatest. of
Nice Guy
all
Andy podcast. Another friend of the show. Gotta love it.
Sorry, guys. My weekend is just
Put him in
starting.
my spot.
He did. We got to put quotation marks around it. Brando.
Brando.
It's like,
Yeah, so
put some duct tape on it.
two pretty solid nights of wrestling overall.
what
I
a-
think.
What a week of wrestling, man. For
Yeah.
real. It's been awesome, man. It's I mean, as you guys know, I kind of had an inside foot on what was going to happen at Extreme Rules, man, and to see it happen was so cool.
Yeah, I got the message.
It was
I resisted, unlike some people.
I couldn't help myself. I was like, "Late."
It's
What
like,
did I
tell
say to
me-
you? I said,
Tell me
said,
what knowledge you know.
I said, no, I'm pretty sure my exact words were scissor it into my ear holes, daddy ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Speaking of which, what about the legitimacy of Mark Sterling actually owning
Dude, that's
Scissor
amazing.
Me? The fact that they really did it.
That's us. Oh, I love it. I love
I
it.
love it. I love this angle. It's
Yeah.
so great. First, he takes the varsity from Varsity Blondes.
Right.
And I was like, okay, whatever. But this,
I I love so very much how they're doing it. I love the Acclaimed. I love everything about them. I love their whole gimmick is great. It's honestly, in my opinion, the best tag team going right now that isn't a legendary tag team. You know,
Right.
Yeah, because they can go in the ring and they got a good, they're good on the mic and they got a good shtick.
yeah, and they're just wholesome ass people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so here's you guys will both appreciate this. So Emmy, we got home from Emmy's cheerleading tonight, and she goes, "Is there any wrestling on tonight?" I said, "No, not tonight. I mean, technically Impact's on, but I don't really watch Impact. I watch the highlights, and that's about it."
That's the coolest moment ever when they want to watch it.
Yeah, she
Right.
legitimately, and I was like, "Well, you didn't get to watch Dynamite last night. You want to watch that?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we watched about half of it, and we got to the Swerve Daddy Ass match, and they come out, and she was like, "Daddy, I want to do it when they do it." And when he goes, "Scissor me, Daddy Ass," to my 6-year-old daughter, I'm on the couch going like this, and it's as a dad, if you're a wrestling dad, that's the greatest thing ever. But I also was like, "So don't say this at school." Please never say this at school, because nobody's going to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
that's that's almost harder to explain than "suck it" was back
right.
in the 90s.
It's that sounds so much worse.
Yeah, "scissor me, Daddy Ass" is definitely
Mr. Maffey.
Well, and she was like, "So I can say 'scissor me, Daddy'?" And I was like, "No, ass wasn't the problem."
Not better. Not
you
better.
can't explain it to her.
It's almost worse.
Just don't say the whole phrase.
I was like, the whole thing. Just don't say it.
Damn.
But if you were to get that phone call, part of you would have a tear in your eye and be proud.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna frame this.
I feel like I can kind of explain it. I don't want to have to explain it. But, it's funny. It's funny. Smart Mark always stealing. Yep. Smart Mark indeed.
He was so nice when we met him. I didn't expect him to even be there, let alone be that cool. He let me. I was the first one ever to take a picture with him with the neck braces on together.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah, I was the first. He's like, "This is the first time I've ever brought this." He's like, "I think this would be a new cool photo op. You want to wear it? You want to be the first to wear it?"
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Absolutely. 100%.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was just a funny moment tonight as a dad, where I'm like, we all got in trouble when we were kids for doing "suck it" at school, and it's very possible that my first grader is going to go into school and ask her friend to scissor me, and then her teacher's going to be like, "Why are you saying that?" "It's okay, Daddy Ass says it." Well, that's not better. But just the fact that the whole thing is so over, and it's amazing.
I love that you can tell that Billy Gunn is having fun.
Oh, he's having so much fun, dude.
He's just his smiles are real, and you can tell it's not a forced. He loves having fun with those guys.
The whole deal last night where he was about to do "suck it," then was like, "Scissor."
Did you guys catch the comment on Raw from Corey Graves about how Billy Gunn was doing something in office supplies?
Yeah, the other guy's doing something with office supplies. I don't know.
It was a good one too. You smart son of a bitch.
I loved it.
Subtle but effective.
Bro, don't give him enough opinion or give him enough I really love Corey Graves. I think in 20 years from now, we're going to be putting him on the same pedestal as we do like Bobby the Brain Heenan as far as commentary goes. I think he's fantastic. He's got some of the things that he says are just so clever, and I think if he keeps doing it for years, he's going to be one of the best there ever was.
Well, I can say this is that the commentary on both SmackDown and Raw, especially these season premieres, have been noticeably better. We talked about the Michael Cole call on the Mysterio The Rey Mysterio
that was
and
that was
Dominic
Extreme Rules
interaction, Extreme Rules. I mean, that was wow.
Plus,
like the chains are
Wade
off.
Barrett on national TV.
Yes. Love it.
So good. Graves always bothered me, but the thing is like the previous Raw commentary team, like he was the one that I wanted to listen to over Jimmy Smith or Byron Saxton. Those two guys can go take a hike. Like, please get off my television. Jimmy Smith sounds like he's running his voice through a cheese grater. Like it's awful, and I hate it. Now, Kevin Patrick, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. It was his first night. I felt like there was a lot of dead air that like Corey kind of was like making up for because Kevin wasn't saying stuff when he should have been.
Watching the match.
But yeah, like it
almost had a feel of him showing him the ropes for real. It really did.
Like it's his first night. I'm not gonna, bury him or anything. But I mean, I know Pat McAfee's out there just making all the moves, but I want him and Cole back together so bad. Mm-hmm. Like I love Barrett, don't get me wrong, but Pat McAfee as a color commentator just makes me the happiest. So
yeah, it's a shame he's gone for a little bit right now. I love McAfee.
It's temporary.
For sure.
It's temporary. He will be back. But I do like the moves with the commentary teams though. Like you said, Wade Barrett.
Keeps it fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It reminds me of the first draft when they switched up and put good old JR on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy moment, but it worked.
Did you see the thing on what was it? I think it was just like a WWE like Instagram or Twitter or something where Vic Joseph before NXT was like, you and me, Booker T, and he did the shuck a duck quack quack or whatever.
No.
To Booker T. Dude, it was you gotta go find that. It was one of the funniest things ever. Booker T's like, tell me he did not just say that. Yeah. It was awesome.
I love Booker T. And he can still go too.
Yeah. His match at Reality of Wrestling or whatever.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Down in Texas. I'd love to be able to travel and see some of these bigger, like independent, like run by legends.
Bro, LA is gonna be crazy packed full of wrestling, man. I'm gonna spend so much freaking money, man.
Absolutely.
My flights alone are gonna be like $400 a person just to get there because it's the high weekend, and we're driving back because we're idiots. So we're gonna take a rental car and we're gonna see the sights and take a week to drive back. So
take a week to drive back.
We literally are taking a whole week off just to drive. It's 33-hour drive from LA to my house. So we're going to do like 8 hours a day for like 5 or 6 days. But we're going to stop and see the big ass frying pan. We're going to see the redwood trees. We're going to go to the Grand Canyon, so we're going to do the damn thing and make it the best WrestleMania trip of all time. I hope we see The Rock, man. That's just, I've never seen The Rock. I mean, I've seen him a couple times on a house show loop when I was young, but that doesn't count. I want to see The Rock when he's The Rock. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I got to back in the day, back in high school.
He's one of the few that has escaped me everything I've been to, and I've been to. This will be my 5th WrestleMania.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been that long since he's been gone.
Yeah. It's crazy when you really think about it.
We're just getting old.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Speaking of English-speaking commentators, Nigel McGuinness got released. He was a big Ring of Honor feature for quite a while. I wonder if he'll see his way back around that area.
It's such a shame what happened to him and his career being cut so short, man. I don't
know the story of that. Because
I mean, it's kind of super personal.
Fantastic to watch.
He found out when he applied for WWE that his health thing came back and it said that he had hepatitis C.
Oh,
basically that cut him out completely, even though that's technically curable now, and I think he's actually went through it, but that initially he was like persona non-wrestling again because of that, so
Wow. Yeah, I know. I never heard that. That's awful.
That's like Andre Hart. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, how much you know about local wrestling, but you can look this story up. But I used to go see a bunch of shows. He actually wrestled for OVW, a couple other places as well. But a guy named Andre Hart, he got arrested and sentenced to like life terms here in Cincinnati. He had HIV/AIDS and knew it and was giving it to people on purpose. And he was a local like wrestling champion. Like he was like,
wow.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance, dude, Google Andre Hart wrestler. You'll
give me 1 second. I'll be back. I gotta go for just a second.
You're good.
All right. Turn this layoff off then.
Hopefully he's
We're
all
a
good.
mess. Hold on, he's usually on this. And we're gone. There we are. Hey. So, no, I never knew that. I had seen him wrestle back in the day at old Ring of Honor shows up in Dayton, Ohio. No, Nigel McGuinness.
Oh yeah.
So that was no, I never heard what happened to him. That's unfortunate.
It definitely is, man.
But like you said, with modern medicine and stuff like that, maybe there's a chance that he gets to see action again one day.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. You always see it's like some of the greats, they just have the weirdest cards to end their lives sometimes, Yeah. You look at Pero Aguayo Jr., the guy that passed away in the ring with Rey Mysterio. That was such a mundane move. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like anything was different than any normal day, He had given the 619 to probably hundreds, if not thousands of wrestlers,
And then since then, too.
And since then, and no one's ever been hurt. And it wasn't the 619 that did it. It was the fall down. And it just happened to do the right kind of pressure and the wrong kind of spot, if that makes sense,
Wow.
It is what it is, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a really good week for wrestling, that's for sure. I like what they're doing with Bayley. I definitely like that Bayley lost.
Really, I was surprised. I thought that might be I think Eric agreed with me that we thought that that them pushing the faction stuff, but that being said, them to give us kind of female repeat of the bloodline and put all the straps on the one faction seems kind of mundane.
And it's more layers to the lasagna, man. It's just a story. There's going to be angst here, and there's going to be dissension here, and are the damage control going to have issues, and so on and so forth. So it's seeds for the future. I still think we're going to get quite a few more championship matches with Bayley. I believe she will win it. I think she might win it at Survivor Series. But I think they're also just trying to make the other people in the women's division look strong. I mean, Bianca's won at the last 2 WrestleManias. You know what I mean? So she's definitely a threat.
Well, at least they're given time to, and fleshing it out and making it a more long-term storyline, and that's kind of what we've been asking for.
Exactly.
The women's division needs some love.
The Triple H era is working, man. I'm telling you, it pays to have a wrestling fan, be in charge of it. And
who knows how to book.
Vince wasn't a wrestling fan. Vince was a fan of controversy and money. You know what I mean? And that's how he got so big. And as he got older, he kind of lost the touch of the new, which everyone does when they get that old. He was 70 some odd years old. I still can't believe I got to see him wrestle at WrestleMania, though. That I don't know how it didn't click in my head, because we had seen Austin on Saturday night. But after the whole thing was over and he beat up Pat McAfee, it just didn't click to me that Austin could come out again. I don't know why. So when that happened, man, that was one of the realest pops for me. It was just like, oh, Austin, oh shit, he's gonna stun him. It was the best. I mean, I'm a huge Austin fan.
It was a terrible stunner, but it was a stunner nonetheless.
It was a stunner, and the way that they edited it the next night on
made
Raw,
it look way better than live.
I was like, good job, editor, man. Yeah. Like, I couldn't believe he pulled it off.
Camera angle.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
So a lot of action on Raw. Seth Rollins gets some gold with a little help from the Beast Incarnate himself, makes his return.
Did you catch the stat that they mentioned when he won? That was 792 days without gold. It doesn't
Really?
seem like that.
No.
How has he been not a champion for 2 years and been as big as he is?
He just puts on
freaking Rollins.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly. And he's good. That just shows how good he is.
That is
Because he
the
doesn't have
epitome.
to carry gold to stay relevant and stay a top guy.
He does not need a title. And now that he has one, it's going to elevate that title. Watch and see what I said. Whoever beats him, it's going to be awesome.
Yep. And I was saying that when they put it on him. I think how great that was. You know, he's going to do more for that title than what Bobby Lashley is. Not taking anything away from Bobby Lashley.
No.
Because, honestly, his current run before Bobby Lashley for me was hard to watch. It's been a little bit better. Some of the interactions backstage, kind of with Riddle, with Rollins, those have felt less kind of robotic and more personable, I guess.
Mark my words on this. This is going to be a positive turn for his career in this too, because this match he's about to have when he comes back and battles Brock, it's going to be one of the best Brock matches too. You watch it, they're going to do something that they've never really done before, man. I mean, they did their last match was great. You know what I mean? But this one something tells me they're going to take the mindset of the match they had last time and expand upon it and put on a classic between two giants. And I think that's what they really need to do to help solidify the ends of their careers, because they're both in their twilight. They both, we're probably not going to have either of them 10 years from now, let alone 5 years from now. You know what I mean?
Brando took the night off.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
New Brando. Just kidding.
Looks like Eric's taking the rest of the night off.
Right. Hey, it's just those two guys. Yeah. Two wild and crazy guys.
Just two guys here that knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Know a guy knows a guy knows a thing or two about wrestling. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So speaking of title changes, though, brother, on AEW's front, what about the first ever bit of gold going on Orange Cassidy last night? That was, I don't know if they're
surprised. Like, I didn't know that he hadn't had gold before. Like, I figured like maybe early on.
No, he has had nothing. And I would, for me, I love Orange Cassidy. I always have. But then when he had that match at not Worlds Collide, that's NXT. What was the Forbidden Door? When he had the Forbidden Door match with Ospreay, it opened my mind to a whole nother world of possibilities with the style that he wrestles in, because the pockets is one thing, man, but his whole lackadaisical style is super inventive. And I think, honestly, don't get me wrong, I love him in AEW, but if he does eventually leave, I think Triple H and the whole WWE crew could do some really cool stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Put him in crowd. Yeah, those big crowds, he would get over too, for sure.
Imagine him at WrestleMania in a ladder match or something. You know what I mean?
Because he's still very PC and he fits, he fits their brand.
He does. He's hero to kids levelable. He could be something special. He really could, man. I'm telling you, and he is. I mean, like I said, the match with Pac was phenomenal. That's Pac too, but. They killed it, man. They knocked it out of the park. I'm excited. We're actually going to get to meet Tuesday because we're going to All Elite Wrestling, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. We've never actually met.
No, we've not met in person. We'll be able to give it a dap. So
just on the interweb.
Hey,
this thing here
on the digital front.
I know. I got to text little Mikey, little magnificent. Daddy needs a refill. Can't leave camera.
Yeah, you leave now. I'd just be sitting here like, well, somehow the guest is the only one on the show.
I won't leave you, fella. I won't leave you. Speaking of fellas, dude, how great is this? The whole Sheamus, Gunther.
Bro.
I could watch these guys fight forever.
Sheamus is slowly climbing my ladder to greatest of all time territory.
No doubt Hall of Famer.
Done everything except for the IC title so far. He's done everything. He's in the Ninja Turtles. Like he's fucking Sheamus, man. He is. The only thing I haven't seen him do yet is something. I think, and that needs to be after he wins this title. I think he needs to do something just outrageously silly or stupid. Like show that extra, give that extra little bit of layer, because there's still some funny in Sheamus, but I'd love to see Sheamus just be ridiculous. Like, I don't know, team up with Swoggle or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just get some. I feel like he could add that extra layer to himself and make him possibly one of the greatest of all time.
I think these the brawling brutes.
There he is.
I am back.
And he's back.
Oh, part-timer.
That's right.
Sheesh.
Part-time big rig, buddy.
Now you're echoing too.
Am I?
No, I don't hear an echo.
Now you're
So where are we at? Sorry.
We're all over the dang place.
Yeah.
Did we address this to Max yet? He's
yes
doing okay.
Doing dad stuff.
Don't worry, Bandito, I'm back.
I just need a bottle.
Mike is making his son be his butler, so
gotta love that. It's a hard choice, man. There's a lot of bottles there.
I mean, you know,
pour me something good. Wow.
If you have kids, you got to take advantage. You know what I mean? Like.
So on a positive note on my front, I officially have enough shirts to make it the full year. So
nice.
I am officially there.
I contributed to that.
You did.
I love it.
I believe there's still one more, if not two. I have to double check, but I believe there's one more of yours, which is the Wrestling Revolver shirt.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
I need to.
Dude, I love that shirt.
I think that one's going to be tomorrow's shirt. So
I was so mad I didn't buy one. I'm 100%. I'm buying a couple of shirts when we go in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying a few when we go to AEW, but I know they're going to be fucking $27.50 or $35 or some bullshit.
Dude, when we went to the Columbus show, like I don't think I saw one for under 35.
It's fucking whack.
Yeah.
Why? Is it just because like, oh well, you're not paying for shipping, so
if there's like
the same price.
An event shirt or something like that where it says like Cincy.
If it's like exclusive.
Oh yeah, okay. I always get
then
the
absolutely
at WrestleMania.
Take my money.
Now I'll say this: if they have "I was there" shirts, I'm getting one because the reason they made those shirts is going to be I was there when MJF cashed that mother effing chip in.
I was just talking about this to him pre-show. I feel like we definitely got to bring it up on the show. I mean, illustrate what we're talking about here, man.
Dude, I booked this. I don't even know how long ago it was, Mike. Was it like back at All Out? Like after he got the chip when we were talking about, I said,
yeah.
I said, I thought a really cool story they could do is, or no, it was when like Mox, when they announced, like it was when the Tournament of Champions was announced. And I was like, if Mox wins, we're going to be in Cincy. Mox will definitely be the champion then. And I said a really cool story.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, man.
MJF cashing that chip in after Mox has a banger with somebody, and then it ended up being Hangman. And I'm like, dude, it's even better. Previous world champion. They're gonna have it out. It's gonna be an awesome match. Mox.
They're gonna beat the shit out of each other.
We could even have a first-time double title change in one night in a
right.
That's never happened. We could see Hangman win the title and then immediately lose it to MJF. But I would rather see MJF beat him, though. I think that's the because, like you said when we talked privately, CM Punk was beaten in Chicago. He could beat Moxley in Cincinnati. He could beat anybody anywhere in their hometown, and that could be something that he almost creates.
They're going to Seattle. At the beginning of the year, he could, Bryan Danielson or Darby can challenge him for it in Seattle.
Oh,
and he beats it,
Just
they need to book one of us to write this shit. That's all I'm saying.
I'm telling you, like
I said last night, a big rig for Booker of the Year.
Nice guy, man. Andy, friend of the show. What's going on,
hey, Andy.
Woo.
We're going out
Andy,
the mountains there, and I am worshiping the devil.
Andy, this menace, Fandito's in our chat right now. I think you might need to do something about that. Here he's been out attacking poor innocent souls, and I feel like something needs to be done about that.
Hi,
it's ridiculous. But yeah, so the MJF, I think, because Mox is over everywhere he goes. He gets a huge pop no matter where he goes. Obviously, in Cincinnati, it's going to be even bigger.
He was supposed to be on vacation. This would be the perfect time for him to do one last big show in his home and then go on vacation for a few months.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, Fandudo's face now. Didn't know. Oh. Copy that.
Woohoo.
Yeah, like you were saying, you know, he can go on vacation.
Yeah, he can disappear for a while, which at the same time would probably suck for, you know, the fact that
Renee just started.
Yeah.
No, I'm going on vacation by myself.
Thanks for having me. I'm going on vacation now.
But yeah, dude, that place would go nuclear if
my God.
I hope
in
it
there.
Does.
See, and I feel like they almost need to do it there because he's getting way too many babyface reactions just around the country. Like, that's one place he's gonna get a heel reaction if he beats Mox.
Guys, I will cheer. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be 50-50, dude.
I fucking know. I'm telling you, people are going to cheer.
That's what I didn't like on it was the fact that, like, they did that, you know, Mox came out, Hangman came out, had a great, you know, back and forth, you know, and then it just kind of got overshadowed with, like, I'm fine with him sitting up in the box. But that with the spotlight and cutting to him every 5 seconds, like, they did that whole promo, and then it was just like MJF, and it was like, why were they even in the ring? I don't know. It just, it seems like that was very overshadowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, and you know, if there's somebody that they need to capitalize on heat right now, you know what I mean? He's got heat, whether it's good heat or bad heat, you know what I mean? Go away or stay heat, whatever you want to call it. He is the biggest draw. When I hear his music, like he said on I don't know if you guys heard the interview with Sam Roberts.
Yeah,
but
so
MJF pop.
When that music goes off, man, people know they're about to see the best segment of the night because and this it's crazy, man. Like I hate to give him his credit because he's a fucking asshole. But he deserves it.
I don't want to get another copyright confliction.
I think the legal limit's 7 seconds, so I think you're good.
Okay.
7 seconds.
I think that is it. I might have to look.
That's what she said.
You must.
I need to add that sound bit. I need Michael Scott saying that's what she said.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Something that I just noticed. The DWO belt behind you. It's covering up the QR code.
No, it's all right.
I'm just saying.
I think
the symmetry's way off.
I've got so many signs coming out for
if I'm gonna be honest, it's structural.
I have giant Cincy is all elite 2 big signs, and we're going to be we are like as they're going down the ramp, that section of crowd they show on the camera, we're right there. So we're going to be holding Cincy is all elite. I'm gonna be on fucking TV all night. So you guys are gonna be a little bit easier than me though. You guys are right.
You can see the QR code.
It's gonna be dope. At least 1 or 2 nerds is gonna start watching us that day.
Right? Like, yeah, see?
Yeah.
Let the QR code breathe.
Yes, sir.
Can't be scanned.
Yeah.
And he put a little
won't that just take them back here?
Well, yeah, you never know. It's gonna be pretty awesome, man. Like the fact that we are literally gonna be 5 rows back from ringside. And it's gonna I like that too, because the people behind us are gonna be the people in the bleachers.
Yeah.
So like there's not
like a
really
whole
gonna
aisle
be an
behind
issue.
us.
No. I'm excited
Yep.
myself, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have.
Did
a
you say,
time.
Eric? I was watching you guys. I was watching your stream last night on Wrestling for Life
Podcast.
Quick plug.
Yes, sir.
If y'all didn't see it, Big Rig made a guest host appearance on the Wrestling for Life podcast last night. Live broadcast during the Dynamite broadcast. And I myself tuned in. Anyway, did you say, sir, that did they announce a women's championship match?
Say what?
Sheeta and Tony Storm.
In Cincy?
We're getting 2 championship matches.
Really?
What?
Yeah, buddy.
Well, what are the odds that Sheeta pulls that off?
Honestly, like, I could see it.
Tony's a boring
She was the first ever.
Now, here's a funny stat I heard today. Because I watch Will Washington's podcast, and he's a big stat nerd. Like, Tony Storm, in the month since she's won the belt, has had more matches than Thunder Rosa had in her entire, let's see, she won it in March, so April, May, June, July, August, 5-month reign.
Yeah.
She's had more matches than Thunder had in that entire time. And that's no knock on Thunder Rosa. That's why the F aren't you booking your champion? And I know
how many
doing
of those
now.
are tag team matches, though?
Well, yeah, but still, like, she's consistently on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. That was it almost has a here I had the shiny new toy kind of feel to it. Which
I just hope we
shitty.
see Danhausen.
I think with the fact that OC just won that All Atlantic belt, like,
They have to, right?
I would imagine we'd
Have
at
to.
least
They do
get
a meet and
something.
greet. They do a meet and greet for this usually, don't they?
Yeah, Danhausen's pretty popular on those.
Where's the meet and greet?
Don't know yet. I have to.
Yeah, they're like dumb expensive though.
Yeah.
Like usually they have like 2. So they'll have a $50 one, a $75 one, and a $100 one. Like when we went to the Columbus show, it was Statlander, Wardlow, and FTR. So
I'd have paid $100 all day.
Stat was 50, Wardlow was 75, and FTR was 100.
Wait, like, so they would have been all together would have been like over 200?
Yes.
What you're saying? Oh,
You have to pay separately for each one.
Oh, no, I thought you meant like 100 includes all of them.
Oh, no.
I'd have paid that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous, dude.
I'd have paid $50 to meet Statlander.
No doubt.
Well,
that's funny.
Jim Cornette's head freaking exploded last night when OC rolled down the ramp. And it just, I love all the little things.
Lots of Jim Cornette signs in the crowd.
I did see that. Yeah, there were a lot.
It's crazy how loud of a voice he still has for as long as.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I don't care. I'd
rather
rather listen to Jim Cornette any day than Eric Bischoff.
Wow.
Bischoff just comes off as a bitter old man who's bitter that his product is long gone.
No, they're trying to get podcast views, man. Like that's all they're doing now. Like, and that's.
Are you saying they start internet feuds to get podcast views?
We would never do that. That is
who would do such a farce?
I don't know.
Looking at you into sadness.
What I do know is there is a tag team in the NWF that I'll tell you what, they think about us quite a bit, Mike. They think about us quite a bit. They're commenting on all, even my personal page. They're commenting on stuff, like trying to take shots at your kid. Instagram's taking their comments down.
Bro, MJF's shooting on Sam Roberts' kid.
Bro, oh my God, it made me so happy.
Your kid's a piece of shit. I was just like,
well, his first thing he said, he goes, let's be honest. I walked in here, your kid smelled like straight shit. And I was just, oh my God.
Oh, it's so great. It's the best. And the best part is that Sam was giggling. He was just like, my kid is a piece of shit. Like, it was so fun. He's so great to interview. I'd pay $1,000 to interview that dude.
Cincy shirts, Fort Mitchell. Tell him you want the DWO podcast shirt.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, man. Those are on Pro Wrestling Tees too, right?
No, just the
false.
DWO shirt.
Yeah, that was a false plug you made there on your thing. We appreciate it, but yeah. So there is a Dad World Order shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees, which is how we kind of originally got the idea.
Okay.
And we talked to the guy that made the shirt,
Johnny Toxic.
Johnny Toxic. And we were kind of like, hey, man, do you mind, if we use this, we want to start a podcast? He was like, yeah, go ahead, whatever.
Run with it was his exact words.
Cool.
And here we go. So
I
I send him pictures and updates and stuff like that, just to see where we're going with it. And he always kind of gives a thumbs up or what. He's not doing anything anymore. So it was something that him and his buddies came with up backstage, and it was never anything like they ran with, because obviously it's a spoof on NWO. And
you can't really. I doubt that he technically owns it. I doubt anyone technically owns it. So
yes.
It's just still like a nice thing.
It is what it is. Yeah, we're just having fun with it. So,
okay, well then I lied to you, internet. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I don't know who this is commenting. It just says Facebook user. So if you want to throw who you are in the chat, so I know. And Brian and Shelly Holt. Brian Holt, wrestler for whom, sir, or ma'am,
or madam?
Is it Shelly Holt the wrestler or Brian Holt the wrestler? I
Maybe
need to
it's
know.
a couple.
I need
it's
to
like
know.
A Ms. and Mrs. situation.
It could be. Which oh God, that's whole segment. Just
Johnny Lee Snowden.
There was a
dastardly devil himself. Brian Holt.
Brian Shelley Holt is okay. So
okay.
Wrestling name is James. Copy that. Cincy shirts in what is it, Fort Mitchell?
Fort Mitchell, yeah.
Yep.
So I work with the people there and put our designs on a t-shirt, hoodie, long sleeve shirts. They do just about anything.
Yep. I'm down. If you guys are looking for an online store for it, I'm down with the guys from Fully Gimmicked. Just to throw that out there, and if you know anything about them or not.
I want a hat. I've been trying to find a hat, and
I believe they make those too, man.
Really?
I can.
You have to send me a link.
The contact with that after this.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've been working with. I've talked with the management there at Cincy Shirts about like making a bulk order. I was like, yeah, we're not quite there yet. So if anything, I asked them if people could come in and, request it, and they said absolutely.
Did I tell you my idea for my last shirt for the year?
You didn't.
Okay. So
hold on. Before you tell us that, what day are you on?
Today is 286.
286 days.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But on day 365, now hopefully this can happen. I have not gotten any reply back from Danhausen or anything yet, really. But my idea is to get my own custom 1-of-1 Danhausen shirt for day 365 that says I wore 364 wrestling shirts and all I got was this shirt with Danhausen, and it could be me and Danhausen on the shirt. I feel like that's really cool.
That you know what, I guarantee I bet he would be down with something like that.
I'll pay for the design. I'll make the design. I'll submit it to Pro Wrestling Tees. I'll pay for everything it needs to happen to make it happen. How great of an end cap to the year would it be if I had my own shirt, 1-of-1 with Danhausen?
I can tell you how good it feels to see ideas in your head come to fruition, and something stupid as a t-shirt.
There is a 1-of-1 shirt with Mike's likeness just on it.
Oh yeah.
It's a DWO podcast shirt, and it's just Mike.
And it says Mr. Magnificent. And it's just me going with the strap over my shoulder.
Okay.
Gangster. It's out there. There's also a couple put the kids to bed t-shirts out there too. My son owns one.
Hell yeah.
We do need a big rig shirt. I agree. We need we're in the works. We're working with our R&D team.
So
I just think of The Rock doing the Diesel thing. That you need to get that sound clip.
we need to get a we need to get the Sassy Daddy shirt going.
Yes.
That needs to happen. So
Oh my God.
That was one of the Cephas, that was one of the greatest. We were watching All Out and we were taking pictures like to, because that's about when we started the podcast. And we all tried to recreate the iconic NWO picture. And I was standing there like
we go to review the pictures and I'm like flipping through them, looking through them on my phone. And I'm like, Eric, why do you look so sassy in these pictures? And we just freaking lost it, dude. We were all crying. Like,
granted, we had just finished like a 4.5-hour pay-per-view, so we were pretty tired, but it was hilarious at the time.
It's so good. So it inspired up.
I'm digging the Saturday pay-per-views. It makes it so much easier.
Oh, it's
absolutely.
Awesome. We were just talking about
too.
that. Yeah.
That needs to be forever. Like, no more Sundays.
Sassy
That's right.
Daddy.
Sassy Daddy rig.
Hey, 100% Matthew is in my phone.
All right, I will look that up.
Big Eric's in my phone is Big Sassy, by the way.
Big Sass. So we've been kind of shooting around ideas for like segments we can all have on the show, like Mr. Magnificent's Neighborhood. And it'll just be Mike sitting there with an MJF scarf on and like being all
cardigan,
the whole like a Mr. Rogers thing. But then like, his son walks in and he just starts screaming and hollering at him and just doing all kinds of goofy stuff.
Time to put the kids to bed.
And then Brandon being he's a big wrestling belt guy.
A sommelier of wrestling.
Brando's belt corner. Brando's belt corner, which will be the BBC. So when it comes up on the screen, it'll just say, time for BBC, Brando's belt corner. And
Brando's belt corner.
It'll be like him in like a John Madden-esque, like with a Telecaster, like, now see, here's a belt that, and he can like break it down.
We got
and, like,
some rubies.
Like the new
genuine
New Japan,
crystal. The
New Japan television shirt or television title that they just unveiled. That's like the ugliest thing on planet Earth. I was like, here's your first victim, on that. And then since I tend to be the more, I guess, sassy one of the group is what you call it. Definitely more critical of the product. So we were going to do like Big Rig's sassy second or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, we got ideas in the works. It won't just be us on here bullcrapping all the time. We'll have some good bits.
Substance and content is how you take this and make it
right
something.
Southern wrestling in Kentucky. How far south are you, buddy? How far south are you talking? I wouldn't mind branching out. I'm trying to make it down to OVW.
Some of my favorite shows are with OVW.
Yeah, I want to make it down. I mean, it's an hour away. It's. But you know what? I'm spoiled, man. I love that. Oh, no shit.
Oh,
that's right along. That's right along the state line, I believe.
Chicago.
Exit 1. Might be exit 2. It's exit 1 or 2. I believe that.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
Has anyone ever told you look like Seth Rogen?
Literally all the time, dude. Go
do it.
Do
the laugh.
Do it. That's great.
Oh fuck.
He's like, God damn it.
So one of the greatest moments of my life was the first time we met Thunder Rosa, because it was an amazing experience for my daughter. and she actually, the picture we took with her, it was me, Thunder Rosa, and Emmy. Mike, I'm hearing from an outside source that you never need to do an accent again. Just FYI.
Hey, it's my show. I do what I want. You don't like it.
Which accent is he talking about here? You know,
I got all kinds of voices.
My favorite to do is definitely the Regal. You sexy little tart, you.
Bro, he hits on Masked Man so much.
Man in the mask.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, Eric, I got to send you screenshots
hilarious.
of me and Craig's conversation from today.
I cannot wait. But anyway, so took a picture with Thunder Rosa, and she actually ended up posting the picture to her personal Instagram.
Yeah, you're just
like
yep.
And like it was, a thing like inspiring these, young girls has always been a dream of mine. I can't remember the whole caption, but it was a really big deal to me. I'm like, wow, that's, super cool. And so obviously there's like hundreds of comments on it. And the first one was, is that Kevin Steen? And I was like, I will take it. Like, if I'm mistaken for Kevin Owens, like, I'm all in.
That's
and
where
then
Kevin Steen went.
There were like 3 that were like, why did I think that was Seth Rogen for a second? I'm like, motherfucker. God damn it.
Next time we go out, we're getting you a KO shirt.
Oh, absolutely. I'll just,
I got to get that new one, man. I haven't ordered it yet, but it's a Kevin Owens shirt on Shop WWE. It just says Kevin Owens rocks. Also pandas. And then there's just a panda wearing a Kevin Owens shirt. And it's the stupidest shirt, but I love it so much.
I like the duct tape KO. I mean, just NXT. KO.
I still have my original of that one.
That's
so. Let me ask you this: are we going to see, because Elias is coming back on Monday?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to see KO come out and just beat the ever living shit out of him?
Like
ha! I
told you.
I told you all.
I
told you.
I hope Elrod comes out instead.
Oh,
I would.
So I loved one of the things I loved about Monday's Raw. Is the Sami was in that match, and they started doing the Olay chants. The El Generico, Olay, 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 Olay.
I like that. Whoever said that. Wrestling t-shirt guy's beard shirt. That I'm down with that.
There you go. Oh, look at this. By the way, me and wrestling t-shirt guy are repping the 2 All Elite Crate shirts.
Crate shirt guys.
I'm wearing the Samoa Joe.
2 wild and crazy crate shirt guys.
He's wearing the shirt that neither of us wanted.
Bro. Like in my video, I talked about how much I love it because I love pro wrestling tees, but I also definitely made a comment about it ain't gonna be your favorite wrestling shirt the wrestling team to love the shirt. So I tried to make it sound like I loved it more than I do.
That was they tell you in the All Elite Crate, they don't tell you what you're getting, but they tell you who the wrestler or wrestlers it's gonna be from.
Yeah.
And this one had FTR in it, and I'm like, I want a really cool FTR shirt. Like, that's all I want. I don't care what the rest of the box is. I just want a cool FTR shirt. And we got a fucking pin.
Yeah. The fucking bag clip, dude. Yes. My friend got one of the bag clips that doesn't have anything on it. So he thought that someone just randomly dropped a bag clip in his fucking shit. He was like, why do I have a bag clip? See, his says hook, like it's supposed to, like mine does. But my buddy was so confused until he got on and seen other people's posts. He was like, oh shit, that's not
guys,
cool.
I don't get the AEW crate.
Well, you can. All you got to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com. Check it out.
Where's that?
prowrestlingtees.com. Bro, I tell you
this is not a paid endorsement.
Free plug, Pro Wrestling Tees.
Did you get the masks and paint crate for October? The regular
Here
pro
we
wrestling
go.
crate?
Whoever this Facebook user is. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are all just showing up as Facebook users. If you want to comment on YouTube, it'll be easier for us to see who you are. Just FYI.
And you can easily hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, look at that.
How about
Look
that?
there.
What a segue. But
yeah, did you get the masks and paints or no? Did you get the regular crate?
I have not yet.
Bro, if it's still available, go charge it to a credit card, dog. I'm telling you, the mask and paint one is the best one every year.
I really want to get it simply because it has Danhausen, Macho Man, and Mick Foley. So
and
I'm like
freaking insane clown bossy for some reason.
Yeah, like why? What? How are they even a part? Are they really a part of Pro Wrestling Tees?
Dude, Juggalos have a huge following still.
Yeah, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling, dog. Not to mention,
I didn't know that was like still a thing.
They were
like
deathmatch, WCW, WWE. No, they just kind of suck at wrestling, but they love it. So but the championship, Juggalo Championship Wrestling is like I saw. I forgot. I can't remember his name now. Zach something, and he's missing a leg. Zach Gowen. I saw Zach Gowen wrestle for them. I saw Mick Foley wrestle for them.
Yeah,
some really cool like underground legends. Madman Pondo, a couple other cool ones.
I got to meet Mick Foley at a Ring of Honor show.
I have met Mick Foley more than any professional wrestler ever. Like
that's, and I hate you
met him like 6 or 7 times.
That's my guy, man.
Bro,
have a nice day.
He's the best.
I'm so glad you finally did that, Eric.
What actually got the mask on there?
Yes.
Yeah, because it started out. So this started out as just a smiley face.
No
that
shit.
I got when I was like, I'm talking a circle, 2 dots, and a this that I got when I may or may not have been inebriated, like on a Memorial Day weekend, and we were like downtown and like, let's go get tattoos.
Woo!
So I decided to get a smiley face.
One
that was
second.
This big.
Yeah.
Starting now.
Give me one. Well, I mean, it's longer than that.
Anyway, keep going.
Right here.
Sorry.
And then I got the "Have a Nice Day" around it, and everybody was like, "Oh, the convenience store grocery bag," and I'm like, "Nope, not it at all." So then, thanks to
what?
Like the old like convenience store grocery bags that would say "Have a nice day" with the smiley face. Like that's what people associated that with.
Yes,
and then
that's what I got a tattoo of permanently on my body.
Finally, I got the Mankind mask on it, and it was like, oh, that's what that is.
You complete me.
So,
I apologize, fellas.
I apologize.
Lord, I apologize. Be with the starving pygmies in New Guinea.
New Guinea, amen. That's right.
All right.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Cactus Jack,
Absolutely.
baby.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'm going to do this right now because you can't really see that well. This was actually I don't know how well you can see that. You got the 4 faces right there.
Faces.
Is it signed by all 4 of him?
No. When I meet, if I ever meet him, I plan on bringing that with me. So
He's so freaking pleasant. Like I said, I've met him so many times, right? Every single thing. I've owned every one of his children's books and all of his autobiographies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I have them all signed, and each one says something different. Like one says, "Have a nice day." One says, "Happy Halloween." One says, "Merry Christmas." One says, "Nice to see you again." Like, you know what I mean? Like he goes the extra mile to make your moments, man. And I love it.
I love those were the best. The freaking Mankind backstage with JR. Oh, they were so good. So good. But anyway, enough
Sorry, I have
about...
an idea. I have to jot it down. I have a terrible memory.
Oh, well, for sure. So what was the deal on Raw with like Bayley losing? Like, I understand they don't want Candice LeRae to lose, but like, why would you book that match in the
against
first
Bayley?
Like,
yeah,
because they're trying to give some kind of, like I was talking a little bit with him about this earlier. I think they're they're trying to give some kind of a more of a story than just giving it right to Bayley, and give us some kind of depth, that give a little bit more depth to damage control before damage needs to do damage control on damage control. You know what I mean? Like,
I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but somebody said that they're going to be on NXT on Tuesday to try to combat AEW, and they're going to do a stint in NXT, which to me doesn't really make a lot of sense, because like they're a pretty big deal on the main roster.
Speaking of something that doesn't make sense, I am going to this Saturday night's main event, October 22nd in Dayton. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they just updated everything. They normally have the list of who's going to be there or whatnot. They just updated it 2 days ago, actually yesterday, and it now says Ronda Rousey and Roman Reigns are going to be in attendance, which really confuses me and makes me wonder if we're going to get some kind of surprise announcement about it being live. Because how often do Ronda Rousey and Roman Reigns do house shows on Saturdays in Dayton? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, maybe they're contracted to it, but I've been to a lot of house shows and they ain't never had no Ronda Rousey level people, maybe some Roman Reigns level peoples, but I just, it both seems rather suspect to me that they just added both of them like that, because they weren't listed before that.
Right.
Huh.
Maybe I'm being optimistic. Maybe we just.
I mean, they've like occasionally done. I mean, that was Vince era stuff, but it was occasionally done like big title changes and stuff like that on house shows, where they would like show the footage on, you know, the following Raw, what have you.
Like the Starcast,
it's not unheard of.
They did the Starcast in Cincinnati. They aired that on the network. Like it was a house show, but it was on the network. So we got really cool matches. So maybe that's what's going to happen. I'm hoping, because that just means it'll be more substance, you know, more meat in my chili.
Right. I am curious to see what WWE throws up on SmackDown, because they are going with NXT, because they are going head to head with AEW Dynamite.
They're gonna. I mean, I know they brought Sonya, but I feel like they're gonna have to do something.
Yes.
I don't know. But I'm not going to be, I mean, I don't really watch NXT week to week anyway. So, I mean, if they make it to the point where it's actually engaging, sure. But it's still developmental to me. You know, it's not the NXT of old anymore.
In my opinion, the worst thing they ever did was this 2.0 shit.
Oh, it was terrible.
It's the worst thing.
And that's why they've erased it. Thank you, Triple H.
But it's still
black and gold, baby.
And that's the thing. I don't know if they're gonna if Triple H is gonna start doing like he did back in the, you know, late 2010s and start signing all these, you know, indie wrestlers and make it like a big super indie like he did back then, or if they're gonna keep it developmental. I don't know.
I mean, the people that he brought in that really made an impact, your Kevin Owens, your Sami Zayns, look who's, you know, Seth Rollins, look who's still making those impacts. Yeah. Look who's holding it together.
And that's what I never understood, like, why Vince was so against that stuff. Like, look who your top guys are right now. You know what I mean? Like,
speaking of top guys, man.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet. The OC. Holy shit, man. I couldn't believe that. I thought that was a rumor that was just some internet dude was spreading around. And then when they actually showed up, I marked that. I love those guys, man.
As soon as AJ Styles walked out, as soon as he walked out, I was like, there's no way he's coming out here alone. There's no way.
I thought we were getting some bad guy AJ for a minute. I really did.
No, I mean, it makes sense for them. You know, I'm sure the money's a lot better than what they were making in Impact or even in New Japan.
Eric's downplaying it because I wasn't watching live, because I usually only watch Dynamite live, and I'm not watching live. And Eric's like, can I just tell you, please?
I'm not saying I wasn't excited. I was very excited. I'm saying like it made sense that they made that move, you know, to WWE. Like, yeah, they were doing cool stuff in New Japan, which is also funny because Carl Anderson is still the never openweight champion in New Japan.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not Vince saying that shit no more. You know what I mean? He's not. I'm telling you, that whole Forbidden Door thing. The Forbidden Door thing is going to be a lot more open to WWE now. I could see at some point there being a crossover or two between them and AEW. I don't think anytime soon, but I think
I would say that would be like once AEW is like way more established. Because I mean they're still running on their. I mean, I know it's up soon, but like their first TV deal, like from when they started. So they're going to get more money from that. And then they'll get a streaming service and all that. And
that's kind of what lets me think that we might get it eventually. Is I think that once they're at that point, WWE will want to acknowledge their competition in a way, if that makes sense. Because when they did that, they didn't do that with TNA, but they like the whole Mickey James thing, the Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While they acknowledged it, they also kind of made it look secondary as fuck. And I feel like if they play it the right way, they might end up being able to do that to AEW. But who knows? Maybe AEW is stronger than we think. I don't know. I feel like it's only for people like us in a way, like people who really love wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
but there's a possibility of having an AEW and WWE talent on the same event through New Japan, though.
That too.
And one of the things that I was actually talking about it last night on the Wrestling for Life network. I said I think Tony's big because everybody's like, oh, he's losing his grip. When you listen to what he said, like he had his first four world champions mapped out when the company started. Like he's all about long-term, like he's got the next year planned out. So I think when Brawl Out happened, it was like oh crap, he's not good at thinking on his feet.
Right.
I'm not saying he's awful at it, but he's scrambling. And he had this whole plan, and now it's like, oh shit. So like I think that's why some of the booking's been like.
How long do you think it is until we get some actual like real dirt on that? I mean, we've got a little bit here and there.
From everything I'm hearing, it's a legal situation. So until that's wrapped up, I don't think we hear a word.
I still can't believe that we're dealing with this shit. When Punk was out, I watched that scrum, and I can't believe I did because I never watched shit like that.
Right.
But when it showed CM Punk was going to talk, I was like, oh, I want to see what he's going to say. I was hoping he was going to be,
Thanks for watching, brother.
Yeah, thank you. I was hoping he was going to be, nice about it and, enjoying his night. And no, he was just an asshole.
Yeah.
The whole time, Tony was looking at him like, man, like, come on, dude.
Well,
like,
and that was the
Isn't
other
that
thing.
muffin? I just wanted to smack the shit out of him for that.
Tony,
it bothers me.
I love that's what people are calling it too, Muffin Gate.
Who brought these muffins? Shut up.
I usually don't watch the scrums either. I'll watch them the next day if they're like, oh, so and so said this. It was really cool. But I was watching the Fightful post show on it, and SRS was on it, and he was like, I just got a text that Punk's saying some stuff. He was like, I don't know if it's a work or what. And then I was like, whatever, I'll watch it later. And then he was like, I guess one of the guys from their podcast, Righteous Reg, he was like, he's there. And he said he just saw security sprint to the back after Punk was done talking.
Oh,
and shit. I was like, oh shit. Like, I'm going to go back and watch this now. And then I watched it and I was like, wow. Like there is no way that was a work. That was bad.
Hey, when a guy says, if you got a problem with me, come see me, and you go see him, don't act surprised.
Right.
I mean, I got respect for the elite for that,
What about him winning the title twice and never defending it ever?
I don't think he should have won it in the first place.
Bro, in my opinion, if he doesn't come back to AEW in some way, shape, or form, he
should never come back to wrestling again.
Exactly. He has lost all credibility.
Ready for it?
Oh,
CM Punk is your ex-girlfriend. It's always better an idea than the real thing, baby.
Well, everybody thought like, oh, it was Vince, which a lot of it was. I'm not saying that, but you're also, a lot of people are saying like that's the CM Punk we know.
Like Paul Heyman said. Paul Heyman said it years ago when he first left. Maybe he's more of an enemy to himself than he realizes. Like,
yeah, and and I coming from Paul Heyman, I would, take that with, a lot of respect. I guess
carries a lot of weight.
Word is. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, while we know the son of a bitch will lie to us, there's certain things he doesn't lie about, and there's certain things he's extremely wise about. Hence the nickname Wise Man.
He is the wise man.
That dude knows the wrestling business inside out and upside down.
You talk about a bucket list. I need to meet this guy. That's
right.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Would you pay
have that guy say my
meet Vince McMahon?
$500?
Yeah.
No.
A buddy of mine has apparently had an opportunity a few years ago, and it said it cost him $500, but he got a picture with him.
So, no, I appreciate everything he did. Obviously he changed the entire wrestling landscape, but I can never forgive him for the last 15 years of what he did.
You didn't like Jinder Mahal? Come on.
Not really.
Do not hinder Jinder.
I mean, I appreciate the work he put in to look the way he did, because the way he did look during a 3-man band versus
Touche.
The champion. But I mean, come on, that was all a ploy to get the Saudi audience.
Yeah, it worked for what it did. It was definitely a shock. I know it definitely, when that happened, friends were calling me like, dude, what?
What?
I was like, I guess that's where they're going. I don't know.
Yeah. So no, I have no desire to meet Vince McMahon.
I love that he
not
is
anymore.
This character.
I don't want to meet Tony Khan either, unless he wants to put me on a show.
I feel like that would be the most awkward interaction of my life.
I just found out Monday I share a birthday with Tony Khan.
Well, how about that?
Really?
I was like, oh, that makes sense. I would start a wrestling.
Oh yeah, duh. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
You should start a wrestling company.
I should.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
I know a good booker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people are, which that's kind of why I stay off of Twitter. I mean, Twitter in general is a freaking thunderdome of shit, but wrestling Twitter is even worse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I run the Instagram account for our podcast, and I enjoy it because it's more selective. I kind of get to choose what I see, whereas wrestling Twitter is like AEW or WWE.
Yeah, it's me.
And
it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not for me, man. And all the the Sammy Andrade stuff, that all unfolded literally on Twitter. Like, why? I mean, I don't know how
testosterone.
Well, yeah, but that's got to be something where, which I hope Tony learns from that, and now he writes up a freaking HR policy, like keep your BS off of social media.
Yeah, I will get in their pockets, man. That's what always works. Get in somebody's pockets. They pay attention.
Yeah, all the stuff you see, I mean, from WWE, which, at times it's like, man, they really restrict them on what they can do. Well, sometimes it's necessary, and we're kind of seeing that. Mm-hmm. They'll do kayfabe stuff on there, but they're not shooting on everybody. No. And if they are shooting, it's something positive. So,
yeet.
Yeet. God, I love Sami Zayn so much.
You're not being very
oozy. Did you see that was the thumbnail I made? Jay, you're not being very oozy right now.
I need a shirt that says something about being oozy.
Dude, they have to make one. Yeah. They have to.
Bro, Sammy is I think I said this when I was on last time, but I gotta say it again. Sammy is amazing.
Yeah.
He's the fucking butter on the bread, dude. Like he is everything I want in an entertainer. Like he's great in the ring. He can go like like a fucking Dean Malenko or a Benoit if he wanted to, and then at the same time he can entertain you like Goldust. You know what I mean? Like
I said it the other night, man. Just facial expression. He didn't even have to say anything. Just facial expressions when Roman's giving a promo are so good.
His over animation when he comes to the ring with them,
yeah,
and it's just.
Yeah, and they're all walking all like serious, and he's just
yeah.
And he like so perfect example. I was introduced to Sami Zayn. Like I didn't really watch Ring of Honor back in the day. Like I didn't know about him as El Generico or anything like that.
Hold on,
like
what? That's two separate people.
I didn't know about his mentor El Generico and him in Ring of Honor.
All right, I'm just making.
I didn't know about that. I know El Generico is in Mexico, working with the orphanages. I know that's very necessary. But
I mean, I'm sorry, I threw you off track.
I get distracted sometimes.
I'm sorry.
But I was introduced to Sami Zayn as like the annoying heel wrestler that Vince always made him out to be. And I never really liked Sami. I was like, why is this guy on my television? He's annoying. Like, I'm tired of this gimmick. And then like he started doing this and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, why did they let him do this the whole time?
My favorite from him was when he started the conspiracies, when he first started pulling his hair all weird. And he had, I think, a SummerSlam versus him and Kevin, or him versus Kevin. And I love when friends wrestle each other.
Because it's so good.
Yeah. I don't care what Riddle and Seth say. Something tells me they like each other a lot. I'm just saying the way they wrestle.
Yuta and MJF.
Yeah. Yuta and MJF. That was.
I think for Riddle and Seth to have those promos about each other, I feel like you gotta like each other a lot to trust, to kind of trust each other with that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're swinging on somebody, right?
Yeah.
They're making a run. I mean, I told you guys before I run the Walmart page, and they're definitely making a run. I guarantee you when we do our end of year voting, when we have like the best rivalry category, something tells me they're going to have a high chance of winning because they have killed it this year.
Yeah.
But
that whole backstage thing with like, oh, hey, you want to talk about my family? Let's talk about your family. Oh, wait, you ain't got one.
That was great, dude.
Oh, ice cold, man.
Hitting him on the dad front. See, it makes perfect sense for us. Using dad stuff. We were like, oh, no.
No, he didn't.
Don't you dare.
That's what we were talking about earlier, Eric. That was like, he said, the stat of it had been how many days since Seth had gold?
94 or 92.
Yeah.
That's insane, right? Like
it doesn't click to me because I feel like if somebody had been like, how long has it been since he held the title? I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 months. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to realize that.
But then you got to realize Roman's been champion for like 20 fucking years. So
2 years.
2 years of greatness.
I know some people like it, dude. I'm over it, man.
I'm still a fan.
I'm going to tell you right now. I hate.
So you want to know why I don't like it?
Sure.
Do tell.
Because the rest of the roster doesn't give a shit. Who all is actually challenging him? Riddle came out like, hey, man, mind if I challenge for the title again? Like, nobody cares.
It's because they know that
he's on the island of relevancy, as Paul Heyman says, but there wasn't even a world title match at Extreme Rules.
There's not suitable
Nobody cares
yet. But I don't want to see him break it up though, because I wanted this faction.
Like suitable challenge. Like they're not building anybody to give a shit about it. Will it be literally better on his own little island? And I'm this big dominant champion. Okay, well, why doesn't anybody else care? They're making Gunther and freaking Sheamus are making the IC title look like a world title right now.
Yeah,
Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley, like they're making. Yeah, that looked like the world title on Raw. Like, who gives a shit about the world titles?
It shows you it's all about how you book. You don't necessarily need to show everyone. I feel like having it almost that way makes it an attraction in a way they should have used like a Big Show or something. You know what I mean? I don't need to see Big Show every fucking Tuesday. Bring him only every once in a while. You know what I mean? Make him a challenge. Then they didn't, and now look what we got. It's overused. You know what I mean?
But I mean, traditionally, the heavyweight belts were defended at like pay-per-views or special events, and then your secondary titles were defended on your week-to-week shows. Yeah. And I mean, but with that, if you're not making them relevant, then it doesn't matter. And I feel like they are building towards that. With the Gunther and Sheamus thing. I mean, the Intercontinental title actually, these guys. We said before, I could watch these guys fight.
Yeah.
Every week, all week. I mean, it's legit. These guys are good together. And then, putting the gold on Seth is going to be, I feel he's going to do way more for that title than Bobby Lashley is. Sorry, Bobby.
Maybe that's Hunter's plan, man. Maybe we keep the title on Roman until Mania, but we build every other title up until then. You know what I mean? And that could be, a reasonable thing. I think that there's no way that they can end it that's going to make sense to me. That is
the only way they take a title off of him is 2 out of 3 falls match. That's it.
Yep.
That would work too. That'd be a fantastic 2 out of 3 falls at Mania. I just hope it's not The Rock. I just
no. I'm saying no. Here was my fantasy booking for it.
Oh, the lose one title.
Lose one or both, whatever, and then Rock comes in and is like, you're losing it. I'm the head of the table, and then he has to kind of reclaim that at Mania.
Did you see he spoke about that in a movie thing, right? About just like this past weekend. He's like,
who's the head of the table?
He may be the tribal chief, but I'm the head of the table. Like,
maybe he's the elders.
I just want to see The Rock.
Sent Solo. But that match doesn't need gold to make it a headliner.
No, not at all.
And that's where I was like, so going back into like nobody gives a shit about it. The fact that Logan Paul, I know it's for the Saudi show. I know it's them trying to get casual fans, whatever. Put that out the window. If you're going to book that match, the Kevin Owenses of the world, the Drew McIntyres, whatever, should be like, why the F is this YouTube freak getting a world title shot at a pay-per-view when I've been here since day freaking one?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
just slap in the
something.
face.
Give me something. I'm not saying that, take Logan Paul out of it because I understand what they're trying to do. Just give me a promo about just somebody caring.
I think a better option would be, instead of using him so large so quick, is to maybe build other people. Like, I know he's not with the company anymore, but Johnny Curtis, Fandango. If they would have just taken him and rewrote his whole character and let him have a chance to try to win the title, even if he loses 100% of the time, as long as you give us something new, that's what wrestling fans want, is new. We want. That's why for some
surprises
people, Jinder worked. Because it was new and it was fresh, and that's what it really doesn't matter who, as long as they give it a chance in a way, if that makes sense.
And that's why nobody wanted to see Roman versus Brock for the 17,000th time.
I was so butthurt when that was officially my main event for Mania this past
year. Right,
but
I was furious watching it. The fact that they said the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time, like, dude, I could have gave it. That was a freaking 5-minute finisher fest. I could have given 2 frog farts about that.
It was still fun. I'll give you that. But I mean, maybe it's because I was at WrestleMania and half drunk. But it was still fun. But I definitely.
How much were beers at WrestleMania?
Honestly, dude, they weren't bad. They were like, especially I think they were like $12. They had $16 Stone Cold beers.
Of course.
But those were sold out.
Broken Skull Ranch IPAs.
Yeah, I've actually got a few of them in the fridge.
Really? I've never had one. I must have one. I love the Broken Skull sessions.
Depends on how early you get to the show. If we get there early enough, I might have one in the trunk.
Are we tailgating?
I'm going to try to get there as early as possible. The show, I don't know if you.
I think Eric's off all day.
The show starts at 7.
So
I'm off at 4:30.
What I saw, Dynamite still goes on at 8.
Yeah.
But bell time is at 7. So I think they're having like dark elevation or something before it.
I mean, these days though, those are live shows, man. Those are good cards usually.
Hopefully we get Danhausen versus Luigi Primo.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I would like to see some of our local talent get featured.
That'd be
I'd
awesome.
like to see Enzo anywhere. I miss him.
Yeah. Okay. I seen a meme today. It was like, who out here can say that they don't miss this intro?
I fucking love Enzo.
He's a certified G.
How you doing?
Because you can't teach that. These guys, who was it? Where is it? Nice Guy Andy podcast. They actually had Enzo on their show. If you want to check that out.
Hell yeah.
That was pretty cool. The real one.
Yeah, I can't wait to get, if we could get there to where we get guys that have been on WrestleMania, you know? Get out of here.
I can set you up with a few people. Pretty cool with Duke the Dumpster Drosy. I'd probably get you Rick Toms, legendary ring announcer. You've actually, he was at the Battle on the Border show. But there's quite a few ones we could probably make happen. Cody Hawk, he trained John Moxley.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm familiar with Cody Hawk.
Yeah, I could probably set a lot of those up and try to help you guys out. We'll have to. I'll shoot some messages to some people.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we can do up to 10 people at a time on here. I mean, that would be insanely,
chaotic,
crowded. But it's.
But we do have coming down the pipes. We got Big Mama and Riley Matthews from NWF coming up. Both of them actually wrestled as a tag team, the Forces of Nature, for Thunder Rosa's promotion, Mission Pro Wrestling. They got to face the Renegade Twins, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be asking them about that experience and kind of what their, goals are for the future, what it's been like in the business so far.
Their take is on women's wrestling. So dads and daughters, obviously, we're big fans of women's wrestling. Come on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Share with the class.
No. I can't.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
I have a dream for women's wrestling.
I'll tell you off screen.
My daughter, who is 8 years old now, was born on April 6th of 2014. And if you remember correctly, that was WrestleMania 30. So my dream is for my daughter to make it to 20 years old and for WrestleMania to be on her birthday again. And I can just hear the announcement, born on WrestleMania. 20 years later, she comes back to face Charlotte Flair in her final match.
Will Charlotte Flair win her 82nd championship?
I'll be in the ring like Mrs. Dad.
I love the Mrs. Dad, by the way.
Too.
Did anybody see the Celebrity Family Feud with them on it?
Oh my God, his mother-in-law, bro. She looked like she was wine drunk. She looked like she was wine drunk as fuck.
Absolutely, she's drunk all the time, living her best life, mooching off her rich fucking.
the crotch clip had me laughing today.
God love her. My wife just showed me. She sent it to me. She's like, she keyed it up for me and everything. She's like, you're gonna love this. She was right.
That lady's got sauce.
That's what I thought about if Emmy ever becomes a professional wrestler. She's got all the pictures, man. She's got pictures with Swerve. She's got it with Thunder Rosa, Athena. Like they can just
what if our
put
kids
them all
fight
up.
in WrestleMania?
It'd be amazing. That would be the greatest. Dude, they can footage right here.
Right here, yeah.
This footage.
They'll pull it up like even their dads knew.
Even their dads fantasy booked it
20
years ago.
Bound by destiny.
That'd be so great. I hope that happens. Let's put that into existence. They've got years to learn.
Right.
We both have ins to the wrestling world. Maybe we can, foster their careers. That'd be great.
All right, guys, we're approaching the 90-minute mark here.
Holy crap.
It's easy to talk about wrestling, man.
Time's fun when you're having flies.
That's right.
Whoa.
Gotta love it.
What we got coming up? What do you guys got coming up? Cephas?
work until Tuesday. I can't wait for Tuesday. Go see All Elite Wrestling in Cincinnati. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I fucking love John Moxley, but god damn, I hope MJF cashes in on him. And I hope we see MJF make history in Cincinnati. I feel like it would be really awesome.
I just want to say I was there. You know,
right? I was there the day he cashed in.
That's what I keep saying though. Like they have to make this a special episode, like especially because they know it's on an off day. Plus, they're going up against NXT. It's going to have to be good.
This week was kind of felt like a Thor 2 episode of like a lead in. I don't know. I said
well,
Thor 2,
I mean, kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, think about it. The Toronto, like that was going to be the Kenny Omega show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, I'm sure Tony had all kind of shit planned. Big trios, championship match or something.
I love that Omega was quoted as trying to save
Larry. Yes. That makes me so happy. Like he wasn't trying to fight anybody. He was trying to save.
He's trying to save the dog, man.
I hope that
the most over dog in wrestling.
I hope that if Punk ever comes back to AEW and pipe bombs about what happens, I hope he gives credit to Kenny Omega. Like shout out.
I mean, at least Kenny was trying to save Larry. Shit.
Yeah. Fucking Young Bucks.
Yes.
Their shirt.
Well, the dads will be back Sunday.
Will indeed.
Brando hopefully be back in tow.
One of these days,
will be.
I'll join you guys with a full staff. I feel like
that's what she said.
I feel like you're gonna have to be gone next time, and it's going to be Brando and Big Rig. That way, I have the trifecta of.
Ain't gonna happen.
Just scissoring with all the dads.
Yep.
But yeah,
sure as the sun comes up and sets, buddy, Mr. Magnificent's gonna be there.
That's right. But yeah, we'll be back Sunday, and then obviously Dynamite on the 18th. So make sure you tune in because you will.
We get to see.
us.
Hold on. Bray Wyatt's coming to SmackDown tomorrow night.
That is
we get to talk all about it on Sunday.
So Sunday is going to be a big show. Sunday and next Thursday, which also next Thursday. Well, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. We will be recording and dropping later. We will be interviewing the Stepdads wrestling tag team. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming soon.
Doing all kinds of big things. Big
that should be a pretty good interview, I think. Because obviously
that's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat, and real dads and stepdads have not always been, the best of friends. So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah. Stepdads.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure, like always, guys. I appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you for coming
Cephas.
on. Cephas.
Thank you, sir.
So I need clarification. Is one of your given names actually Bocephus?
My name is James Eugene Bocephus Bolser.
Your parents are awesome, dude.
Okay.
No way.
All right,
Free spirits.
Yep. You guys take it easy.
Yeah,
we will.
I think,
absolutely. Cheers.
That's going to be all for us. Like, subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. It really helps to get the dads out there so more people can watch us and join in on all the dad fun.
And remember, DWO for life.
For life. Top dads out.
Dad.